Namaskar, I'm Advocate Saurabh Kunal. Today we are going to discuss how to draft a legal notice. First of all, we will understand what is a legal notice. So, a legal notice is sent by a person or legal entity to another person or legal entity if he has some grievances, and the other person who is obliged to do as his professional duty or obligation is not fulfilling. So, when a person is sending a legal notice, the sender of the legal notice is called noticer, and the person who is receiving or the entity who is receiving the legal notice is called the noticee. So, a legal notice is a well written document, well written legal document which describes the issues, the cause of action, and the grievances, and the relief the noticer is seeking from the noticee. So, a legal notice is a warning to the noticee that the noticer is going to start legal proceeding, a court case against the noticee if he does not fulfill his obligation. It's a final warning by the noticer, and it is also a reminder in a well written legal document that what duties and obligation the noticee has to fulfill, which he intentionally or unintentionally, due to his commission or omission of acts, could not fulfill the obligations, the duties that he has to perform. So, friends, let's understand in which cases legal notice is issued. A legal notice is issued primarily in property dispute, or if a landlord wants to evict his tenant, then a legal notice can be issued, or if there is some manufacturing unit and there is a customer client relationship, so the client can send a legal notice to the manufacturing unit if the products are faulty or if there is any deficiency in their customer care services. Apart from that, in the check bounce cases, it is mandatory to send a legal notice before starting the litigation. Similarly, in the personal matters like divorce, maintenance, and child guarantee, legal notice is very important. So, legal notice sends a final, gives a final opportunity to the noticee that if he wants to settle the matter amicably, he can, or he can fulfill his duties and moral obligations so that both the parties refrain from any kind of litigation. Apart from that, legal notice also describes in detail what grievances and issues the noticer have from the noticee. Now, how to draft the legal notice? First, we need certain information for drafting a legal notice. First and foremost, you need to know the name and address of the noticee. Second, you need to know the name and address of the noticer who is your client. Then you will start writing about the cause of action, the grievances, any transaction, the date, time, and the amount of transaction. It is also important to put if there is any communication regarding the grievances between the parties. You should also mention the communications between the parties. and after mentioning everything, you can you can also ask for the relief that you are seeking. So once you finish, uh, it is advisable for a person to take legal advice, particularly draft a legal notice. A person can draft a legal notice himself also, but it is always advisable to take the help of an advocate for sending a legal notice, because an advocate can use his legal acumen to draft uh, accurately, to precisely mention his legal obligations and duties. If you are drafting a legal notice, you should preferably write it on an advocate's letterhead, and it is also advisable that both client and the advocate should sign on the legal notice, because many times what happens, the uh, if the client has not signed upon it, and in future if there is any dispute between the advocate and the client can say that Vakil sahab, you have written out of context, and I have not I was not intend to send such message to the person, to the noticee. So from any kind of dispute, you should it is advisable, you should both client and advocate should sign upon the legal notice. And not just the letterhead, you should write it on a letterhead, but the envelope that you are using, you should also use an advocate's envelope where the logo of the advocate or the law firm is there. So this is about the legal notice. If you like my video, kindly like, comment, share, and please subscribe my channel to get more information on latest case laws and judgment and legal news. Thank you very much.